This gun just does not shoot good out of the box the way it sits. And I can't believe, literally, like, I can't believe Ruger let this rifle leave the factory like this, guys. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was. So, I really like the rifle overall, but from what I'm catching on and seeing, that, for instance, let's just start off with what problem that already exists with these rifles is the magazine well, and this rifle, look how loose that is. This is so loose, it's not even funny. And if your magazine's in there tilting back and forth when your bolt's going over it and reloading ammo, that's going to cause a lot of inconsistency downrange. And this happens with all magazines, not just the 15 rounder that it came with. It happens with the 10 rounder. And the reason behind that is, when they designed this gun, they didn't build the magazine housing all one piece like on the Ruger 1022 rifles. Now, that's what has been known as what I just showed you about the magazines. So I got it set up here with some CCI standard velocity ammo, and it shot pretty decent at 35 yards. Especially for the competition I was shooting in, it has to keep a shot within a nickel without breaking the outer edge. And these are some custom targets that I made, and at 35 yards, it can do that really well. Not perfect, but I was getting about 2,200, 2,300 on average at 35 yards. So at 50 yards, the gun was shooting all over the place. You can see how well it was shooting here on this side. That is not that good at all at 50 yards. Well, as I started looking at the gun and seeing what the deal was and why it was shooting like that poorly, if you look down here, and I'm sure your Ruger Precision rimfire is the same exact way, and if not, that's a good thing, but hopefully it's not. So, it's unloaded. I'll show you guys that. If you watch it, check this bolt out. This is insane. I can't believe, like I said, that it left the factory. Do you see how it moved? It went up. I'll do it again. I can't believe that, guys, that it actually shifts in the bolt channel here because there is too much slop in this rifle. Not only that, when I fire it, that the bolt moves, there's another thing that happens. And I was on the bench and I captured it, and I want to show you guys this, that the back of the bolt here will move at different spots and orientate itself at different spots when there's a bullet in there, when there's a 22 LR in the chamber. So check this out. With the bolt closed and no bullet in it, you move the bolt lever just a little bit, the bolt has so much play it shifts in the channel there. See it turning? And when you have a bullet in there, the orientation of the bolt in the back is not the same every time. So I gotta clock the bolt. Ain't that something? Now, a lot of you out there that are really smart would probably comment on this video and say, well, James, you could use that bolt to orientate and clock and index your rounds because of the different head spacing. And I would say you're right, but the problem is I shouldn't have to, because the bolt has a spring in it to auto compensate from the bolt face. So it auto adjusts itself for all the different head spacing on the different 22 LR bullets and loads. And on top of all that, it's leaving different firing pin marks on the casings itself. So when I clocked it, I was getting pretty consistent ignition. But when I wasn't, it was just random. One firing pin strike would be harder than the other, it'd be lighter, whatever. So that's how I figured it out. I started studying the spent casings, and you could definitely tell the firing pin strike is different when the bolt is completely closed on the left versus slightly open on the right. If the bolt is crooked and I adjust it, you can see the huge difference there. How deep and how long the firing pin mark is. Crazy. And started clocking the shots. And as you can see here, once I started clocking my shots, the groups tightened up significantly. Like 10 shots there, 10 shots there, got some nice groups there. And that was after clocking the bolt, guys, with a sloppy bolt. So this gun has potential to be very, very accurate. But if yours is set up like mine and has that much bolt slop and bolt play in it where it's shifting inside the channel, you'll never get it to shoot very good, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ship it to Ruger and see what they say, because I want to do an update video of the gun they send back to me. And if the gun they send back to me has this much play, I would avoid the Ruger Precision altogether, guys. My Ruger 1022 factory carbine can shoot circles around this thing, no questions asked, because not only is the magazine, you know, not stationary, it wiggles, it doesn't lock in place, the bolt shifts in the channel. Anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys this rifle, and close range, it doesn't seem to be an issue, you know, obviously for squirrel hunting and whatever, but that's not the reason why I bought this gun. I bought it for competition shooting, and it's starting to become a pain in the butt. That's what it looks like. Especially with the gun being over $500 MSRP, when you can go buy a factory 1022 carbine, like I said, and outshoot this gun for about half the cost. It makes no sense to me. But anyways, I wanted to let you guys know about this rifle and a little update. And if you have a Ruger Precision rimfire, definitely check to see if your rifle has these issues, because if it does, then, you know, that blows my mind, guys. I can't believe it. So anyways, hopefully we'll get an update with this rifle soon when Ruger sends one back to me. See you guys on the next one.